Good morning, I'm Craig Negrelli. It's Thursday, December 26, 2024, and these are your Unbiased Updates. A plane crash in Kazakhstan leaves more than 24 people dead, but there are survivors. The latest on the investigation into why the passenger plane went down. And a taxicab jumps the curb and plows into a bunch of people in New York. What investigators believe might have caused the cab driver to lose control of the wheel.
From the Straight Arrow News Studio, bringing the stories that matter to you from across the United States and around the world. These are today's Unbiased Updates.
This morning, the cause of a plane crash in the country of Kazakhstan that killed at least 38 people is still under investigation, though several different theories are being discussed and circulating, including a possible connection to the ongoing war between Russia and Ukraine. The Azerbaijan Airlines flight originated Wednesday morning from the capital city of Baku and was en route to Grozny in Russia when the plane, an Embraer 190 aircraft, attempted to make an emergency landing approximately 2 miles from Akta in western Kazakhstan when it appeared to make a figure eight in the air, then slammed into the ground, killing at least 38 people on board. 29 others survived. According to Russia's Civil Aviation Authority, a bird strike led to an emergency landing. Reuters is reporting that Russian news agencies say the flight had been rerouted due to fog in Grozny. The Azerbaijani president said during a press conference that it was too soon to give a reason behind the crash. He also said the weather had forced the plane to change from its planned course. The plane crash-landed in a field and burst into flames before making it to its destination. On Wednesday evening, a Wall Street Journal story cited an aviation security firm's take on the incident. Osprey Flight Solutions assessed footage of the crash, plane damage, and recent military developments in the area between Russia and Ukraine. The UK-based firm said the flight was, quote, likely shot down by a Russian military air defense system. Just hours before the crash, Russia's defense ministry downed 59 Ukrainian drones in the region. The chief intelligence officer of Osprey Flight Solutions said, quote, video of the wreckage and the circumstances around the airspace security environment in the southwest Russia region indicates the possibility the aircraft was hit by some form of anti-aircraft fire. A Ukrainian national security official gave a similar viewpoint on X, saying the plane was shot down by a Russian air defense system, citing visible damage to the plane. The official said Russia should have closed the airspace over Grozny. Though Russian President Vladimir Putin has given his condolences to the victims, Russian officials have not yet responded to the remarks and theories. Reports say the cockpit recorder has been recovered as Azerbaijani and Kazakh authorities launched their investigation. There were 62 passengers and 5 crew members on the flight. Now to more developments in the region. Ukrainian President Zelensky says Russian forces launched a, quote, inhumane Christmas Day attack on Ukraine's power grid. Zelensky said more than 70 missiles, including ballistic missiles, and more than 100 drones targeted the energy infrastructure in Ukraine. He said Ukrainian air defense systems intercepted more than 50 missiles and most of the drones, but some facilities were still hit, causing power outages in various regions of Ukraine. The Russian attack on the power grid left hundreds of thousands of Ukrainians without heat in very cold temperatures. Ukrainian forces say they launched an airstrike against a Russian command post in Elgov, part of the Ukrainian-occupied areas in the Kursk region. The acting Russian governor of Kursk said at least 4 people died and 5 more were hurt in the attack. Russian forces say they shot down a Ukrainian drone in the North Ossetia region. Debris from that air battle caused an explosion and a fire at a shopping center, leaving 1 person dead. This morning, investigators are continuing to search for answers after a body was found in the wheel well of a United Airlines plane on Christmas Eve after a flight from Chicago to Maui. A United Airlines spokesperson said, quote, the wheel well is only accessible from outside the aircraft, and the airline is working with law enforcement to figure out how the person was able to get in. According to flight tracking website FlightAware, the plane had previously flown from Sao Paulo, Brazil, on a direct flight to Chicago, where it had about a 4.5-hour layover before the flight to Maui, which takes a little over 9 hours on average. So far, there is no identity on the person who died. In New York City, paramedics rushed 3 people to the hospital after a taxicab hit 6 pedestrians, including a 9-year-old boy on Christmas Day. Police say the cab veered onto the sidewalk on 6th Street near Herald Square in Midtown Manhattan just after 4 p.m. They say the taxi driver might have suffered a medical episode, but that's still under investigation. No charges or citations have been filed as of now. If you were hoping for the $1 billion in the Mega Millions jackpot for Christmas, you did not get your wish. There were no jackpot winning tickets in the Christmas Eve drawing, which means the jackpot has now increased to $1.15 billion. 4 people did win $3 million each for matching 5 numbers. Not a bad consolation prize. The next drawing, by the way, will be Friday night, so maybe someone's wish will be granted while it's still the holiday season. Finally this morning, the Baltimore Ravens crushed the Houston Texans 31-2 in the second game of the NFL's Christmas doubleheader yesterday. According to social media and online reviews, however, the big winner of the day was Beyoncé. The 32-time Grammy Award winner performed during halftime of the game, which was part of the NFL's debut on Netflix. Dubbed the Beyoncé Bowl by the streaming service, the Texas Hold'em singer was joined on the field by entertainers Post Malone and Shaboozey, as well as her daughter, Blue Ivy. This marked the first time Beyoncé sang songs off her country album, Cowboy Carter, in front of a live audience. The album has garnered 11 Grammy nominations. By the way, this was the halftime show of the Christmas Day game, not the Super Bowl. That one will be performed by Kendrick Lamar. Those are your unbiased updates for this Thursday. We hope to see you back here tomorrow. For all of us here at Straight Arrow News, I'm Craig DeGrelli. Have a great day.